Hi, guys. Good evening, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie, and welcome back to another Walking Dead filled episode review where I will be discussing what I thought of the second to last episode of the season. Unfortunately, the season finale will not be dropping next Sunday as it was originally scheduled due to the coronavirus pandemic that we're all experiencing. It forced the post production team to halt their work on editing and finalizing the product before it airs. So we'll be getting it later, some point, much later this year on AMC. So this is our final episode for now. But you know what? It wasn't too bad. It was pretty damn good. Before I begin, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled review. If you're not caught up on Walking Dead by this episode or the last episode, especially the way last week's episode ended, don't keep watching or listening as I will be going into spoilers. So, you have been warned. Let's jump right into it. First and foremost, I love the newest addition to the cast. Last week, in the final closing minutes of last week's episode, we were introduced to a brand new, very eccentric, very colorful looking character who apparently calls herself Princess. Now, being somewhat familiar with the comics, I think this is a character, a fan favorite character, I believe, from the comics, but who she is and what her role ends up being, that I don't know. All I know was her name and her look. And she looks pretty accurate being from the comics. And I love the performance that the actress gave as well. I think she's really going to shine in season 11, and hopefully for however much longer this show runs. But she seems like a great new character, a good new ally, and even though her heart seems in the right place, she seems a little reckless at times. But the thing that I liked most about her is not only was her energy very, very infectious, but I love the fact that they also humanize her as well, that she makes mistakes and she's not perfect. And obviously she has been so incredibly alone for such a long time that her people skills may not be up to date necessarily. And she just really wants to be with people again, no matter at what expense, even if it meant risking their lives unnecessarily by walking through a damn minefield. I mean, I get that you're trying to show off, but come on, walking people who just went through a minefield, that shit was dangerous. But they're all okay, and they end up bringing her along after all. And the person who liked her the least, Yumiko, is the one who invites her along. And it was just so heartwarming for me to see that Yumiko was the one of the group to invite her along, and just just Princess's overall super happy reaction to being invited to come along. It's like, all right, we've got a new partner for the ride, and let's go. So welcome to the show, Princess. Looking forward to seeing what you bring to it. I don't know if he's mad with power or mad with vengeance, or if he's just mad general, but one of the highlights for this episode for me was that I absolutely loved seeing a walker actually speaking and talking to Beta. Now he was obviously hallucinating because walkers can't talk, and that definitely was no whisperer, because it was obviously a walker with its eaten jaw moving its mouth, speaking to Beta or whispering to him. And again, I don't know if he's going insane with vengeance or insane period, but that shit cracked me up, and I thought it was really cool and really creepy. And I think it's also showing us just how far gone Beta truly is. Like, he was already nuts with Alpha around, but now losing Alpha and him taking charge of the Whisperers, I think they've just unleashed a very, very dangerous enemy. And now, unfortunately, he's found everyone who is held up in that hospital, or what they refer to it as the Tower, which is the name of the episode, by the way. I love the heart-to-hearts between Negan and Lydia, and Daryl and Judith. It was like surrogate fathers with their surrogate daughters, or maybe surrogate nieces if daughter is too strong. But I loved how Negan was really trying to give Lydia a chance to really, feel angry, feel grief, and, feel loss and sadness. Even though Alpha was one of the most evil people to ever be on this show, she was still Lydia's mother, and regardless of how you feel about your parents, they're still your parents. And it's nice that Negan was encouraging that. Like, he was actually encouraging her to feel things, to feel emotion, to feel all the emotions. He didn't want her to just, put up a stone wall and close everybody off. He didn't want her to make that mistake. And I thought that showed real growth on his end, that he was actually encouraging someone to get in touch with their emotions and not close them off like in a very unhealthy way. I also loved how Daryl reassured Judith that, just because her mom is gone, excuse me, just because Michonne is gone doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to get bad from here on out, that there's still a lot of good people who are counting on them and with them, and that Michonne will always be with her, and then there's other people that are going to enter her life, come and go, and just basically not to stop living. So it was a nice heart to heart as well. And it was a good reminder that Judith, as badass and as tough as she may be, is still human and is still a child and still feels things that would affect and concern a child. So it was nice to see that as well. Just great heart to hearts between, great, well developed characters, all four of them. And I'm real excited for whenever the season finale does drop, when and how it's all going to end. Like, are they going to fight their way out of that hospital? Are they going to get overrun? Who's going to die? Remains to be seen. But what did you guys think of this episode? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you expecting more, expecting less? I want to hear your thoughts and your opinions. So just a quick recap. This was the last episode for now, until the season finale drops on AMC later this year at some point as like a TV special or something like that. The new show, The Walking Dead World Beyond, was supposed to drop next Sunday. Unfortunately, that has also been postponed due to the coronavirus. No word or idea as to when that's going to drop or premiere. Hopefully within the next couple of months or so, when this whole global pandemic has died down and things start to return to normal. So in the meantime, this was our last bit of The Walking Dead or anything from the franchise we're going to be enjoying for a while. Although we did get a teaser for Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, as brief as it was, and it said coming this summer. So that was unexpected, since that also shut down production due to the virus. But I guess maybe we'll get the first couple episodes, or I don't know. I mean, time will tell. So I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend and a safe week. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands. And of course, until next time, may the force be with you.